What's going on, Mountaineer fans? Hello and welcome into week 3 of the 2021 football season. This week we've got the Elon Phoenix coming into Boone. It's going to be a huge game, guys. It's going to be a packed house. It's going to be crazy. It's the first time a lot of us have getting to see a live game, especially a live home game at that. It's going to be pretty intense, and I'm really looking forward to it. North Carolina local Davis Cheek will be the Phoenix's quarterback this weekend. He's been compared to both Philip Rivers and Dan Marino. Philip Rivers' comment was by one of the commentators on the game against Campbell, and then Campbell head coach Mike Minter, former Carolina Panther, was the one who compared him to Dan Marino. I don't know if I see quite that, but there's definitely some promise in this kid. Coach Clark even spoke on Mountaineer Talk about how he recruited him personally to come to App. I looked over the rankings. I didn't see an offer from App come out to him, but Clark says he was recruiting him, and I can see why. Maybe they were looking at him for a preferred walk-on. It seems that his only offers were from Elon and Lafayette, but not that Lafayette, not Louisiana Lafayette. He can throw the ball all over. He does have a little bit of a weird release. We've seen a quarterback with a weird release earlier this season with Ehlers from ECU. He's got more of that sidearm release. I guess that's where they compare him to Philip Rivers. Weeks is his favorite wide receiver, his favorite target, but he does spread the ball out. He really does get the ball out to a lot of his receivers, and it's not just going to be a one-target kind of thing. He can look off, pump fake, deep throws. He can make them. He can make them sideline to sideline, and he definitely dumps the ball off in short yardage too, and then lets his guys do the rest of the work. And we will see a little bit of everything attempted from them. I don't think they're going to look like a lot of these highlights because of how well we're hopefully going to play defensively. But he can even beat you with his legs. He's not the fastest, but he will take off, and he's got a good size to him. So he's got a good stride length that will be difficult to catch up to if he gets a little bit of a head start. He can also throw on the run pretty well. Here you can see this deep ball, and then you'll see a replay and just see the tight spiral he keeps on this ball, even moving on the run as he is, being chased down. His receiver still makes the catch easily because he's put it right where he can get to it. And then here's a clip or two of him throwing on the run, but under a lot of pressure, which I think this is what we'll see a lot more of this weekend. With how we played against Miami defensively, I just think it's going to look a lot more like these two highlights right here. Witherspoon and Thomas are the running backs. Thomas is number one, but Witherspoon's definitely going to see plenty of looks as well, especially when they're probably likely to struggle against this App defense. They'll definitely see a decent amount of screen passes and quick slants out of the backfield. They seem to have some hard-nosed ability, though. They will be hard to take down if we're not careful. Defense is going to have to stay sharp, make sure the play's actually over before they turn to the sideline. Here's a couple of those hard-nosed runs. These two here are specifically kind of right up the gut, but this one here is the one that's really impressive. I mean, he almost gets tackled about 4 or 5 times before he really goes down. Elon plays really aggressive defensively. You'll see that in a number of these clips here. Obviously, they're the team in white, for anyone who's wondering which one we're looking at here. You'll see how many times they blitz and how many times they're really successful at it. They seem to have quick linebackers, just like App does. Obviously, I don't think to the same extent by any means, but they're going to come to play, and they're going to try and run some stuff to confuse our offense as best they can. Again, I don't know how much success they're going to have. I don't think they're going to look quite like this. But I wouldn't be surprised to see them get some pressures and some hits in the backfield with what they've done. A couple of interceptions here by their defense, I think more honestly because of the poor throws against the offense that they're playing against. But yeah, they can take advantage where we allow them to. They do have a weak punt coverage and a weak punter. They had one blocked against Campbell and another one almost blocked. They also had a high snap and then a field goal blocked as well. They don't have great kick coverage, but their kicker himself is decent. He did miss a 46-yarder to win the game against Wofford, but ended up nailing a 47-yarder last week and also has a career long of 50 on his resume. And then look out for Trayvon Jones. He's a preseason All-CAA return man. He does have really good speed. If we give him a lot of open space, he could probably make us pay for some yardage. Could even break a big one. And obviously, as expected last weekend, Cameron Peoples had a big game against Miami. He was the game's leading rusher with 95 yards and a touchdown. I'd expect Noel and Peoples both to have a really big weekend this weekend. And obviously, we know what they can both do. Peoples is more of your every down type back, I feel like, and Noel's definitely that change of pace guy. But either one of them in this offense with this offensive line can really hurt the other team. You'll see a couple holes here open up. Just the way that the offensive line has been producing over the last 2 weeks against ECU and even against Miami. I mean, they're just opening holes. Not everything has to be a huge run. As long as the offensive line is opening up these kind of holes for these guys, both of them are going to be successful. And obviously, I think we'll have 3 or 4 guys that are successful this weekend against Elon. And then you've got this one-handed catch by Noel. I mean, it's just ridiculous. It's not even a great throw by Bryce because considering he's under so much pressure. But the one-handed grab, 3 guys that could have tackled him, and then he just jukes them all out of their shoes and gets a first down out of it also. Sutton was the game's leading receiver last week. Again, I thought he'd have a big game going in against Miami, and he certainly did. He had a couple catches that just, other guys maybe not either have made or just look as good as he does. He makes it look pretty effortless when he's on the field catching these balls. I'd say the surprise was definitely Malik Williams. It's not surprising that he played well. We've seen him play well across the board. It's just sometimes he doesn't see as many looks as other games. And he obviously saw a lot of looks and took advantage of as many of them as he could. With that deep ball over the middle. And then, obviously catching the touchdown pass as well. And then we're going to see a couple plays here where you see the difference really in the football game. Malik, after having such a great game, I mean, this one would have just been an amazing catch. Had he gotten into his hands, he might have gone all the way. And this close, just how close this game is. You missed that. You had the 3rd down. Now you go to 4th down, and this snap goes over the punter's head. I mean, that's just how close this game was. And then obviously we got big plays like this. I had to put this in the highlight package because this return by Virgil is just insane. This little stutter step right here, whoop, juking the kicker out of his shoes. There's no reason the kicker shouldn't have at least taken him to the sideline, and Virgil just made it seemingly look easy. It's just crazy how fast this kid is, how well he can return the ball. I expect him to return the ball to start with in the game, and then I don't know how many times we'll see him return. I just don't think Elon's going to put up that many points this weekend, so I don't know if we'll see as much from Virgil this weekend or even Hennigan, but we'll see. And then, obviously, a blocked field goal, that's huge for this game. Any kind of thing to change momentum. Sometimes people wonder how or why App competes at the level they do year after year, and it's because of coaches like this, because of coaches like Sean Clark. He truly loves these kids and this program, and you can see that. You can see here he talks to Bear Hunter after a bad snap on the 2-point conversion attempt, just getting right over to him and letting him know you're getting another chance. Keep going, keep it up. And this is the reason why we're so successful. Miami fans wonder what they're missing. I think it's a good quality head coach who loves and lives the program himself. And then TD Roof, man, what a game he had. I mean, even when he wasn't in the actual tackle, he was the reason for the pressure. He just bowls over some offensive players here to get to the quarterback and take him down. I'd expect to see a lot more from Roof this week, but obviously Harrington probably be back as well. We should see a lot more of this aggressive defense against a team such as Elon. Overall, I think this game will be over quite fast. I think the first 2 quarters are going to really tell the tale here. What kind of separation can we get before halftime to really let this game be in control, be comfortable, just have the crowd going crazy and enjoying themselves? It's going to feel like the first time in forever for a lot of us. And I think that's really going to go into everything else going on. The unveiling of Jerry Moore's statue outside the stadium. That's at 1 o'clock for those of you who haven't heard just yet. So if you can get there early, obviously do that, enjoy that. And then hopefully we'll see some literal fireworks during the game with how well App can do offensively and just, crush Elon into the ground. So Absolutely. Enjoy yourselves this Saturday. See you at the Rock. Let's go Apps.
That's right. God bless the dead.